First and foremost, it's looking at the ministry of Jesus Christ. What did he choose for miracles? What did he choose for connection with the people to whom he wanted to show love, but feeding? And the fact that that is so central to the ministry of Jesus, that we see it in all the Gospels, that Jesus is feeding as the way in which he is showing who he is as the compassionate face of God in this world. You know, when I think about ending hunger by 2030, I think about the ways in which, both here in the U.S. and around the world, that my faith community has engaged with their whole heart toward ending hunger. In the U.S., our commitment as Cooperative Baptist to the 20 poorest counties in the United States for 20 years has meant in every one of those counties addressing not just the meal that's needed for a day or for a certain crisis, but changing the face of that community so that everyone eats. You know, globally and around the world, as we have 130 people serving around the world in 70 different sites. You know, almost every one of those sites connects in some way with a hunger or feeding ministry as a part of the work in those settings. Sometimes it's with displaced people. Right now, in the surge of refugees and migrants around the world, in Lebanon and Jordan and Eastern Europe right now, in the Ukraine, we are serving folks who are displaced completely. That means feeding those folks, maybe 10,000 people at a time. So that's a very major part of what we are interested in globally, responding to those demands that come from crisis situations. You know, we live in such an interesting world of images and culture. There's such an emphasis on food and farm-to-table restaurants, and such in one segment of our culture we have such a refined and artistic approach to food. And yet in the very same town, on the very same street, on the very same community is a desperation about food. And the mom who's trying the best she can to pull things together. And so I would just appeal to the folks that are really thinking about the health of their own family and the nutritious nature of the food they're feeding and the many choices they have. And thinking how to share and how to be good stewards of what they've learned about food, to be able to take it to the rest of their community. That this is truly a way of giving back and understanding that they're being given the gift of special knowledge about food. And there's people in their own community who need better food every day.